WSTB, Clarksville. Hey everybody, welcome to today's session at St. Bethlehem's United Methodist Church with Pastor Richard Wesley and co-host Ashley Kettle. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Richard Wesley and I'm here in the WSTB Clarksville studios located at St. Bethlehem United Methodist Church with our co-host Ashley Kettle. Hi Ashley.
Hello.
It is good to see you as always. I want to jump right into what's going on this Sunday, December the 9th, at St. Bethlehem United Methodist Church. In our traditional worship service, now that's 9 o'clock a.m., the theme is God of Justice. Now we're in the second week of Advent, and we're already looking at justice. This is the week that John the Baptizer shows up. What a dramatic figure he is in the story of Jesus Christ. The hymns that we're singing this week are Come Thou Long Expected Jesus. It's one of my favorites. It's a Charles Wesley hymn. In other words, it's genuine Methodist. You know, Charles Wesley, the brother of John Wesley. Charles and John founded Methodism. We're also learning a new song this week. It is New Song Sunday. So in the New Song Sundays, we start the worship service by practicing a new hymn. And then we sing that hymn later in the service. We get to sing it twice. We get to learn it, and then we get to experience singing it. So we're doing that with the song, To a Maid Engaged to Joseph. Now this is a genuine Advent song, which is a modern song. It was written in 1983. It's an 80s song. You like 80s music, don't you?
I like 80s.
All right. Well, that's what we're doing in the traditional worship. Now, in the Exploring Life service, we're in Mark's Gospel, chapter 10. We're beginning with verse 46. And what's so fascinating this week in that passage is that Jesus has, we saw this last week, Jesus asked a couple of the disciples who had been arguing with each other, what is it you want me to do for you? Now, this week, we get the son of Timaeus. You may think of him as Bartimaeus. Bar means the son of. The son of Timaeus comes to Jesus, and Jesus asks the exact same question of the son of Timaeus that he asked of his disciples. What is it you want me to do for you? Now, here's what we're going to be looking at this week. One of those two gives a good answer. I'll give you a hint. It wasn't the disciples. We're going to be singing To a Maid Engaged to Joseph in that service as well. Now, this is the point of the episode that I always love. We're going to be looking at Ashley's top 5. You know, last week you sent us to the website.
Yes.
I went to the website to see what some of your other fears were, because I love that. And that car wash fear, you've even got a picture of it on. I love that. That was so cool.
I take a picture every time I go through a car wash.
Do you really? This might be the last picture I ever take.
It may not be of the intersection that I'm about to be flung into, but sometimes it's the things hitting the window. So, this week we are talking about Christmas traditions.
Yes.
If you went to the website, you knew that, because I didn't tell you last week.
Some may be strange, some may
These are from around the world. I've gathered these from. So they're interesting.
Yes.
And I'm a traditionalist. I love my Christmas traditions, my Thanksgiving traditions. You change one little thing, and
the season's
it's
just
gone.
ruined.
It is the whole year. Yeah. So
Don't ruin her season. I don't want to. We work together on a daily basis. I don't want our year to be ruined.
okay, we're gonna start in Japan. I have heard of this one before, and you may have also. They don't celebrate Christmas, like we do in Japan, but they do have a tradition going back more than 40 years where they have KFC chicken on Christmas. It's a huge KFC marketing campaign. And they have a slogan that I can't pronounce.
I know.
They have a slogan I cannot pronounce in Japanese, but it translates Kentucky for Christmas. And it says the Japanese still head to KFC in droves on the 25th for a special Christmas dinner.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
I would like to know the origin of that. My mother knew Colonel Sanders because she was raised in Corbin, Kentucky. She was born in Cleveland, Ohio, but raised in Corbin, Kentucky, which is where Colonel Sanders originated. His first store was. And he used to provide free chicken to church dinners. And so she met him when before he was a chain. I would love to know where that Kentucky Fried Chicken, that is so funny. Thank you.
Maybe I'll look that up and put it on the website for you.
Well, there you go. Oh, I would like to see
All right,
that.
I
Great.
can do that. All right.
Great.
Now, here's another one. Estonia.
Estonia.
Yeah, my geography is.
No, yep.
I don't know.
I've heard of
where
Estonia,
okay.
yeah.
They love the holiday season but hate the cold. This would be something perfect for you.
Yes, it would. I like the season.
Yes.
Hate the.
They do
they're
have
my kind of people
It's a
here.
family tradition that includes a sauna.
Oh, I'm going to adopt their tradition.
After their feast and preparing for their feast and everything, families typically go down to the sauna or a steam bath, and they reminisce about the years past.
I can wrap my tradition around this
Yes.
and reminisce about years past. Oh, how sweet is that?
Let's go to the Ukraine. This is for you spider lovers out there. I have a niece who would sooner burn down her house than have a spider in it. So, they get spiders. Okay, they catch them and they let them weave their webs, and they take their webs and decorate their Christmas trees with it. And it says it's a long-standing tradition derived from a story about a widow who found a spider who had spun a web around her tree, and it turned into threads of silver and gold.
Oh.
And it's supposed to be good luck for whoever finds the
Okay.
spider in the tree.
You know what? I have actually heard of that.
Have you?
Yes, I have. Yes.
I don't want to be the one to find the spider.
Yes.
Good luck, Mom. All right, here's another one for you.
Okay.
This one is in the Philippines.
Okay.
Okay. And after midnight mass, the families go home and get together, and they enjoy a huge feast known as Noche Buena. I don't know how to spell, so I'm telling you. It's a ball of cheese. They enjoy a huge ball of cheese covered in wax.
Oh,
So
yes.
You could combine those two.
Oh, I could,
Yes.
cheese.
This is probably my favorite, and I
Okay.
would like, if I could do any kind of carving, I would. This
Okay.
comes from Mexico. It's called the Night of the Radishes.
Night of the Radishes.
On December 23rd, families get radishes and they carve the nativity scene. And it's like a contest. They put them out, and the best ones are displayed for.
And that's a Mexican tradition.
Yes.
You know, in our Christmas Eve service, we're going to do a Mexican tradition
Are you?
this year. Yes. Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm not going to
No, we're not.
say anything. It's going to be a Mexican tradition.
Very cool.
Nice.
So, if you want to learn more about the KFC,
Yeah, I do. I'm going to the website.
check out the website,
I'm
and you'll
going.
find out what I'm going to talk about next week.
All right.
All right.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Ashley. I appreciate that. Just before we close this week's episode, I do want to say that in this week's e-blast, now that's my email that I send out to all the church. If you're not on our e-blast email list, you can email the church office. That's stbumc@gmail.com, and ask Ashley to be included in my e-blast, and we'll get you on that list. But in this week's e-blast, I'm giving you some resources for the way forward, and that's the special general conference that's coming in 2019. We're wrestling with what is our position on the gay marriage and this whole debate that's going on nationwide. And so giving you some resources that you can look at, video resources this week in the e-blast. Well, this concludes today's episode of WSTB Clarksville. Say goodbye, Ashley.
Goodbye, Richard.
Goodbye, Richard. Goodbye, Richard. We'll see you next week.
Change it up on you a little bit.
Do what?
Change it up on you a little bit.
Yeah, you did. I was expecting goodbye, Ashley, and I didn't get to say goodbye, Ashley.
You just said it.
Goodbye, Richard. Oh, Oh, so yeah, I want to see a little bit more about that KFC because I have a family connection
that's
with that.
neat, yeah.
That is cool, yeah. So good. Thank you for doing that, and I love it that you're putting this information on the website.
I think I'm also going to put on some of my favorite traditions and some that I would like to start.
Please do.
So, and you know, if anyone else has any they want to share, send them to me. Email
That'd be
them.
cool. Yeah.
If you have any you want to share with me.